我觉得我们中国人和你们那些白皮肤的人谈对象的得挺多，会不会啊？
你说的是
皮肤白的那
皮肤白的，
和中国人谈对象的很多，是吧？会有很多吧？像你们外国人皮肤白的那个，像俄罗斯人那种白的，你们美国人那种白的，因为我们中国人找你们这个黑颜色的，不生了小孩是黑色，这一点顾虑也是很大的。因为我们是黄颜色，万一生了孩子是黑色，是不是在学校里都说这小黑孩在学校里学习都不好学？真的
不好学。
有很多人吧，他都是喜欢白色的，白色的生了小孩子是白的。你看我们这里人都是黄颜色的多，生了皮肤白的人都喜欢白色的小孩。
但是我觉得小孩子，
我们这边一句古话就这样说的，一白遮三丑，明白这句话的意思吧？
不太明白。
就是这个意思，就是说人白了之后就显得格外的漂亮，就这个意思。其实你不黑，你比你们黑人算白的哈。
黑也没有问题，我无所谓。
我说你个人比你们那个黑人要白一点，白多了，对吧？都说你不黑。
人的皮肤，没那么重要，因为他们的性格比较重要。就他们是坏人呀，是好人呀，这个比较重要。
你们那边
不知道，不是不喜欢，我真的我
还太小，是不是这个意思？啥意思呢？
就是我跟中国男生还没交流，是我可能不知道。
可能不知道。
但是我真的中国男生他们都喜欢中国的女生，不是这样吗？
中国人都喜欢中国人，不喜欢你们美国人啊，是不是这个意思？
不喜欢外国人。
不是他不喜欢你们外国人，而是怕你们外国人回去不回来了，麻烦了，对吧？
明白了。
你要是回老家不回来了，你说他不是又光棍了，对不对啊？又要找了，对不对啊？
对，你说的对。但是有些人可能，如果他们找到很喜欢的人，他们会留在这了。
会留在中国的留在中国的少呀，万一他回去了不回来就麻烦，对吧？
对。
回家爸爸妈妈一说别去了就回来了。
When we talk about racism, most of us immediately think about the United States, Europe, or even our own communities. But what about China? How do Black people experience life in China? Like, are Chinese people racist towards Black people? Or is it more complicated than that? So I happened to come across this video of this Black TikToker who is living in China, and she happened to have called for an Uber, and the Uber driver was Chinese, and they started to have a discussion or a conversation as to why Chinese people don't mix with Black people and why they choose to be in relationship more with white people, white foreigners, rather than Black people. And it's crazy, guys. And the saddest part about this is that when I see Black people visiting China and Chinese people want to take photos with them, and Black people be on the comment section, they'll be saying it's because they don't know any better. It's because they're not that much exposed. What do you mean? Like in 2025, like in this century where we have social media, where Chinese is one of the most developed countries when it comes to technology, and you still want to say is that because they don't know any better? Seeing people on the streets in China trying to touch Black person's skin to see if they're dirty or something of the sort. It's crazy. But anyway, this episode is just for education purposes only. I'm sure most people who will watch this video, most of them will not be surprised, but there are few who will be surprised that this actually happened or this was being said about Black people. So I want us to watch these videos together, guys. Every clip and every stitch that you'll be seeing on our today's episode, credits belongs to the original creators of these videos that you're seeing on your screens. Remember, this episode is just for education purposes only, and I would really love to know what's your thought or what's your take on these on the comments section. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel if you haven't, and if you're a Black person who visited China before or who is living in China, let us know how is your experience like in China. So let's just dive right ahead and we'll come back with more commentary.
视频，黑人和中国人谈，那中国人会骂他们，他们不喜欢黑人。
中国人会骂黑人。
他们结婚了。
我跟你说，因为什么？你别生气啊。因为你们黑人啊，用那个香水啊，还是身上的味道啊，我们中国人都闻不惯，明白了吧？真的。你一上来，你那个香水味哈、就闻到了，就是这个意思。你们国这些人那我还拉过2个，那个塘西理工大学，也是拉一个黑人，拉了一个黑人，他那个也是个女孩子，她还不大会讲中文，很少会讲的，她一上车也是有一个味道。我从那边拉了一个黑人，就是你说的那边，再往前面一点，那边拉了一个黑的，是男的，他那个头发弄得卷的，一卷的那种，那个他一上车也是有味道。不是说我们不喜欢，主要是中国人一般都是说你们的味道我们受不了，真的。Why is she staring at me?
China, being a Black person in China, this is what we go through here in China. Like they've not seen Black people. Hi. What's your name? Sorry? It's okay. So like it's okay. Okay. Okay, now. So like they're just staring at. Say hi. Oh, I love you too. Okay. Okay. Oh no, guys. Last one. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Oh my God, this would be too much. The experiences we get here in China, being a Black person in China, this is what. Be ready for that.
Nico, vamos a ir en el pene.
You're welcome. Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. I'm really taking pictures of me.
Is Chinese people racist towards Black people? Quick answer, in my opinion, no. But you'll get some interesting treatment in China. Long time ago, there's a Black creator on TikTok asking why Chinese people take pictures of them when they're in China. They either take pictures with you or they want to take a picture of you. Especially when you go to smaller cities outside of big cities like Shanghai, Beijing, because people there genuinely never see Black people in real life. And we all know how Chinese people love to take pictures. I know you know that because you find Chinese international students to take your pictures when you're in the streets. But also, at the same time, Chinese people are very blunt. In a culture where pale skin is deemed as beautiful, seeing someone with really dark skin obviously will spark some, interesting comments. I don't think my personal opinions or comments are that convincing, but there are a lot of Black creators in China that lives in China, speaks Chinese, and they're really popular in China. Here are a few of my favorite creators that are Black who lives in China. And if you're in a karaoke or a restaurant, they serve you watermelon, it's definitely not a racist thing. This is more relevant to African Americans. But Chinese people don't really know all that racist history US did to Black people. We have a rough idea, but we don't really know the details. And you might see Chinese people having dreads or cornrows, the Black people hairstyle. That's because they genuinely loved it and think it's cool. Also, please remember it's China. It's not the US.
Yeah, guys, so we all know that China doesn't have history of slavery or colonization involving Black people as the West does, but still living in today's world where we have, technology, where you can actually get to learn about other people, it seems like Chinese people just choose to be, ignorant about it and don't want to learn about a thing and still want to believe about the stereotypes that they've seen out here in the media, mainstream media, about Black people and choose to believe everything. Don't even want to spend a minute of their time to just do a little bit of research and get to understand other parts of the world. Because as to what I know or what I've seen, many of Chinese people's ideas about Blackness come from not real interaction, but from media portrays, stereotypes, and, limited exposure, but it's because they've chosen this now in today's world where you can learn about people from different parts of the world. You can learn about things from different continents. It's not an excuse to say that they have limited exposure, especially when there is still a city in China where the big population there is Black people, especially the African community, and the city is Gonzahu. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And in the late 20th century, most African people moved there for business and education, and which has also brought different levels of interaction where we have seen both positive and negatives, as you've seen in different social media platforms. You've seen even creators in China creating videos walking around, and you've seen people even trying to touch those people to see if they are dirty or something of the sort. And when we sit here and we want to say it's because they are, not exposed that much when it comes to Black people, for me, I don't believe it. It's just because they're ignorant about it. And I keep on asking myself, every time I see Chinese people taking photos or videos of Black people that are actually visiting China, because I've seen a lot of that, I ask myself, where do they take these photos? And why do you even allow someone that you don't know to take photos of you? With the history that has been out there about Black people and, what we are called out there by other races, it's just crazy that you can just allow someone to come and take a photo of you. You don't know where they're taking that photo. Because I've seen so many people even queuing up to take photos of Black people. And to me, it seems crazy because I'll never allow anyone to take a photo of me when I don't know what the intentions are. I don't know where you're taking my photo. Why are you taking a photo of me? It does not make sense to me at all. Don't just tell me it's out of curiosity. You've just seen me. You don't need a photo. You don't need a video of me. It's not like they don't know that Black people do exist. They know that Black people do exist. And especially in Africa, there's so many Chinese people in different parts of, the African continent, in different countries where they are doing businesses, where they're building roads, where they're building rails, where they are, coming up with all these high-rise constructions in different parts of Africa. So it's not like they don't know that Black people do exist, because I don't know why they would be coming to do business in like Africa continent and other Black countries out there when they don't know that Black people do exist. They know, it's just that they choose to be ignorant. So we can look at the examples of racism in China, or what have happened. Like back in 2016, the media, and this was in China, a detergent commercial in China went viral worldwide because it literally showed a Black man being washed into a light-skinned man, sending the message that Blackness was dirty. And this is the same thing that we see them touching people on their skin and very curious out there about their skin. But I don't think it's out of curiosity. It's just that they choose to believe these stereotypes that they've seen there on the mainstream media about Black people, and just choose not to go further and do more research or get to learn about it. You know, they just choose to come out here and show their ignorance. You also saw what happened during the COVID-19 in 2020, and Africans in this Guangzhou city were evicted from their homes, denied entry to restaurants, and unfairly blamed for spreading the virus. Can you imagine? This happened. And the crazy part is that in most African countries, we still allow these people to come do businesses, open malls, open shops in our countries, and we do nothing about it. And this is why, like, you know, respect is not given, respect is earned. And every single time I see these kind of videos, I keep on saying that Africa needs to wake up. And if a country like Burkina Faso is doing it, there is no excuse to any other African leader to not do what Burkina Faso is doing. You know, to not waking up, to not allowing these people taking advantage of them. It's so crazy, guys. You've also come across videos where expats, Black expats or Black students are giving their daily to daily experience life in China, and where they often talk about being stared at, touched without permission, or called racist nicknames. And I don't want to sit here and say that this comes from ignorance, as most people do say out there. It's not because they're exposed. It's not that they don't know about Black people. Like, in today's world, where you can learn about anything about anyone, there is no excuse for you being ignorant. There is no excuse. There's no excuse of thinking that people with more melanin on their skin are dirty, or they're not good, or they're not better in class, or something of the sort. You heard what this man was saying in this video as to why they don't allow their people to be mixed with Black people, because they don't want them to give birth to a child that has more melanin than them. And that child will not be very good in, it's crazy, that child will not be very good in class, or they'll be slow at school. It's so crazy, guys, but I don't know what you all think. I just saw this video and was like, let me share with you and, you know, get to see what different people, think about this. And if you're actually living in China and you've watched this video, I'd really love to know, how has your experience being in China as a Black person? And if you're a Chinese actually watching this video, I'd also want you to tell me, are your people doing this out of ignorance, or is it just because they don't like Black people and they believe in all these stereotypes that the mainstream media has sold to them? Let's have a conversation on the comment section. Thank you so much for watching up to this part. Remember, this video is just for education purposes only. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that like button, and until the next episode, bye.